Our agenda for the day is we're going to do a brief lecture on target audiences and user personas. Then we'll move into a brainstorming session, and then you'll work on the user persona worksheet. It's going to take you a couple days to complete the worksheet. A target audience is a group of people that have been identified as being likely customers of your business and can be determined by age, gender, income, location, interest, or a whole bunch of other factors. So wait, everyone is not your target audience. You need to be specific. The only company that can claim that everyone is their target audience is Google. So how can you narrow down your target audience? As you develop your target audience, don't be afraid to get highly specific. You can start with broad categories. These are called segments, like millennials or single dads. So the segments are geographics, and that includes your location, city, region, size, climate, communities, countries, rural, suburbs, and urban areas. The next segment is behaviors, and those consist of hobbies, habits, purchasing styles, social media use, mobile phone use, and media consumption. The next segment is demographics. These are age, gender, race, religion, income, education, language spoken. And these are typically some of the most important. Demographics are the most important. And the final segment is psychographics. This is budget, beliefs, values, pain points. Pain points is something that your user is struggling with. Attitudes, social and cultural norms, roles, and activities. So the top 5 most important segments are age, gender, income and occupation, ethnicity and religion, and family structure. Okay, so age. Why is age so important? It's important because your preferences continually change as you age. There are specific age ranges: babies, children, adolescents, adults, middle age, and seniors. Those names are going to be important, so make sure that you keep those in mind and know that you can come back to this. The other thing that might be important is the generation-based names: baby boomers, Gen X, millennials. And I believe your generation is Generation Z. Again, these terms are also going to be important for when you do research. Another way that age is important is that age groups and generations differ in their buying habits. The different age groups or generations tend to have distinct ways of speaking, and they spend their time on different social media platforms. For instance, millennials spend most of their time on Instagram and Facebook, while seniors prefer their email. The next most important segment is gender. Men and women have very different dislikes, likes, needs, and thought processes. Few men apply makeup, and most women don't wear boxers. And then the other thing that you should know is that women typically do most of the household grocery shopping and are more likely to donate to a charitable cause than men. The third important segment is income and occupation. And the reason why these are important is because you don't want to target somebody who can't afford your product or service. So occupational targeting is important because you might target a specific industry, say the graphic design industry, or a specific type of job like an animator. If you were to target other industries or other job titles, you might not do as well. The fourth one is ethnicity and religion. The way this works is that individual cultures may have conflicting interests, preferences, attitudes, and beliefs. And these preferences, attitudes, interests, and beliefs impact the way that you market to them and their buying habits. And the final one is family structure. The reason why this is important is because where you're at family-wise strongly affects your buying habit. So single individuals tend to prioritize themselves. A newly married couple prioritizes each other and their new homes or looking for a new home. Couples with several children have different needs than those who just had their first child. Larger families might be more interested in low-cost household products as compared to a couple with the same income but without any children. A few good websites. I'm going to link these slides so that you have access to these websites. The first one is about teen demographics and how it's all split up. And the second one is Social Media Breakout, and it includes like all of the different ages and countries and how each group uses social media. You are going to want to find some information on your target audience more than I have provided you. Some search terms that will help you get there. I'm going to use teens. You can replace the word teen with men, women, middle age, babies, some of those terms under age, middle age, millennial, that kind of thing. So the first one I suggest is teen target audience. The next one is teen demographics. You can combine target audience and demographics, and you could also use marketing in that mix. So once you have your target audience kind of solidified, you understand everything about them, you're going to make your target audience personal. And the way that you're going to do that is through a user persona. You basically create a fake person, but you're using the information from your target audience. So this person doesn't exist, but you're creating it real enough that this person could actually exist. So in our activity of creating user personas, I want you to think of this as creating a backstory for an undercover agent. It should be very specific and detailed. So the next thing that I want you to do is the brainstorming session. You're going to click on this Jamboard and you're going to read the problem statement and try and figure out what you can about your target audience based on this problem statement. Once you're done with that, we're going to work on user personas. So go ahead and click this Google slide. We are working on our phone app. Yesterday, you kind of filled in some ideas. You chose an idea and you kind of came up with what your phone app will do. Today, we're going to define the target audience for that phone app. So what I want you to do is take a real good look at your phone app and try and come up with as many of these different segments that you can. I've copied what falls under each one up here, but I'm also linking the Google slide that has the information on different audiences. The ones that I really want you to pay attention to for the most part would be demographics. That has the majority of our most important information. The next most important thing is a couple things in the psychographics. Budget is huge. Pain points. Pain points are struggles that your user has. And then anything else that might fit your user. Over under behaviors, probably the most important one is the social media use. How are they using social media? We're specifically doing a phone app, so also how do they use their mobile phone might be really important. If you cannot or do not know all of this, this is where you're going to go and research. And again, in the target audience Google slides, I gave you some search terms. Once you've defined your main target audience, you are then going to go to the user personas and you are going to create a user persona. So you will be using the information here, but it will be specific for one person. So you will need to find yourself an image and replace this image of a person that matches who you're creating. Do not use celebrity images, and do not use anyone that we might know in the school district. These should be generic images that you find on the internet. You're going to give your person a name, and then you're going to write a problem statement. There is an example of a problem statement in the brainstorming section for the alarm clock. That example is how I want you to write the problem statement for the user persona. You're going to fill in these, and again, you're going to be very specific. So if your demographic age is 18 to 20-year-olds or 16 to 20-year-olds, you're going to pick a specific age. If your geographics is cities, then you're going to pick a specific city. The next thing that you'll do is you're going to write a brief paragraph that gives us a good taste of what this person is like. So include characteristics, that kind of thing. You are also going to sum up the information in the geographics, behaviors, demographics, and psychographic and include that in the about. You're then going to come up with 3 goals that your person wants to accomplish, and I've added some examples. And then you need 3 pain points. What are 3 challenges this person faces? You're going to do 2 of these user personas. Here's the thing though, if your phone app target audience is women, millennials, and boomers, you're not going to choose to do 2 millennials. You'll do 1 boomer and 1 millennial. If you have any questions, I'm here. I can help you out.